Hello, my impatients. It is I, Andrew the Android Koloski here. I am live and I'm ready to perform for all of you. How art thou? How are you all doing? I hope you all are doing pretty well, and I hope you will join and engage with me, quite frankly. While people join this live stream, I'm going to start off by sharing some artwork that was created today with my mother. And here we go. The first artwork that was created today is this one. This is the giant ant. The carrot people are like, help me, I'm being tortured by a giant ant. The other carrot man is like, save me. And the giant ant is like, me like carrots. So, my father got me these markers, these paint markers for my birthday. So I just wanted to use them and try to do something a little different today. I think it came out pretty cool. I was basically just experimenting with some kind of paint markers that were kind of cool, you know? Then there's this one. This one is a little bit like the song Be Good Johnny. At least it was inspired by it. My mother, Mama, says, all you do is sit in your room, get a life. Go to school, get a job, go to mental health recovery groups, do anything. You're pouring your life down the drain by sitting in solitary confinement. And she's yelling, my mother, while saying this. And I say to myself, I just want to stay in my inner fantasy world, away from the chaos and screaming, alone in my head. You know? Yeah, I just want to just be away from the chaos and screaming. And last but certainly not least, because everybody loves the green bunnies, this one. Otto Greenberg, who's a 42-year-old low-functioning schizophrenic based on me, but other mental patients too, he asks a cougar who he's talking to over the internet, would you like to go on a date, cougar? It seems like we click. He goes on a date with the cougar and he asks her, how old are you? He says, I am 42 years old. And the cougar says, I am 83 years old, but age is just a number. And Dr. Natural says, I am so happy after years alone, you found love in the real world. So, yeah, that was my mother's green bunny. So what do people think about the artwork, if anything? Good, bad, otherwise? We got 3 people watching. Nobody said a word, though. Nobody said a peep. So I'm going to crack open a seltzer water until somebody talks. All right. All right, let's check out what is going on. What is going on? We got Gaga. Gaga says, your artwork is childlike. Well, the name Gaga is childlike, so, you know. Miru says, your artwork is shit. Gaga says, it's something a kid would do. You got to get better at artwork. All right. I mean, lighten up. Go easier on me, you know? Lighten up. Lighten up. Calm down. I thought it was a good storyline today. It was a fun artwork day. All right, let's go to the Miru says, you asked for an opinion and you got your opinion. Okay. Fair enough. Gaga says, grown men never do artwork like I do. I mean, I'm sure there's grown men who do. It's like a comic strip. It's like a comic. Mirror says you keep drawing the same stupid stuff. We got Large Mike in the house. He says Andrew Coffee Morrison. That's a throwback. Who remembers Andrew Coffee Morrison? Yes, Large Mike certainly does. Large Mike certainly does. He says, what's going on, bro? How are you doing? You're looking healthy. Yeah, I'm working out. I'm running for like 20 minutes and I'm walking. And I mean, looks can be deceiving. You can look healthy and you can get a terminal cancer diagnosis or drop dead of a heart attack. But I'm looking relatively healthy. So he says, back on the running is good. I know you used to do a lot of that. Cat Love Soup says, curious, what's this channel about? Is it a passion project? It's just some public digital diary of schizoaffective man-child, basically. That's how I would describe it. Like a public digital diary and some performance art by a schizoaffective man-child. Gaga asks, how come nobody intervened and stopped you from running? I don't know. I walk outdoors. How come nobody intervenes and stops me from walking outdoors and getting sunburn on excruciating? They say you're an adult. You made the decision. Ultimately, it was your choice to do that. You know, I don't really lie. My parents didn't really intervene. They allowed me to run and exercise outdoors all day, every day, and they barely intervened. I mean, they probably should have sat me down and kind of forced me not to do that, but they didn't. I don't really lie. That's a really good point, Large Mike. I'm kind of very honest. I'm very transparent. I'm honest to a fault. Um, and even when I try to lie, like for example, like when I try to lie to my mother about not taking medication, it's so obvious that I'm just a bad liar too. So yeah, I'm just not a liar, and that's a good thing. It's good to be honest. Gaga says you're definitely not an adult though. You really do nothing that adults do. Okay, so what do you what you mean? Gaga says you wake up, you look at a screen, you cry about yourself and your circumstances, then you color, then you eat ice cream, then you sleep at 4 p.m. Oh no, this Large Mike guy has been watching since at least 2017. He's been watching a long time. I mean, he dates back. He's familiar with the Andrew Coffee Morrison days. Yeah, this guy really has been following me. So he says, "Does this guy know about your OnlyFans?" I don't know. Somebody says, what was I like back in 2017? I was chemically lobotomized on a mega regimen of psychiatric medications. Large Mike, do you think I behaved better in 2017, or do you think I behaved better now? What version of me do you prefer? Large Mike says, I was more crazy back in 2017. I seem chilled out now and more mature now. So he likes this version of me better. Okay, thank you very much, Large Mike. Somebody says, you're much more stable today, which is ironic because I'm on significantly less medication. Hardly any medication. I was on tons of medication and I was crazy. And now I'm on hardly any medication and I'm stable. You know what I blame it on? Being around my mother and stepfather. I think being around them constantly was like being in a war zone. And I think that's why my mental health was so poor. Yeah, it's been about a year since I punched a hole in the wall, or at least months. Yeah, so I'm doing really good. I'm doing really good. I'm doing really good, I guess. Yeah, it's been about a year since I punched a hole in the wall. Yeah, I remember that song I created for you, Large Mike. I remember that song. Somebody get the army. Of course I remember it. Somebody says, how am I doing? I'm doing all right. Oh, Large Mike does indeed remember the nefarious iBoss, unfortunately. Yeah, I think he knows him personally. Which I should probably block you for being friends with him, but what are you gonna do? AC13 says, "Can you make me a?" Large Mike says, "I love you. I was never a weirdo." Miru asks, "Is it true that iBoss was in love with Andrew?" I don't know. That's what my psychiatrist seemed to feel. He seemed to feel iBoss was getting homosexual thoughts about me. He had a love-hate relationship with me. That's just what my psychiatrist felt, but I don't know if that's true or not. I guess Large Mike would have a good idea. AC13 says, I've been catching up on your videos. You have an interesting channel. Gaga says, I doubt anybody wanted you. I doubt nobody wants to have sex with you, Andrew. Nobody wants to have sex with you. Not even men. Somebody says, leave Andrew alone. This is, Yeah, I mean, come on. Everybody can find a romantic partner. Everybody can find a romantic partner. I mean, look at some of the trailer park trash that I was watching with Rusty. I bet I could get like a trailer trash girlfriend who likes to, make this disgusting food. I bet I could get a trailer trash girlfriend. Gaga says you can't even afford a trailer, Andrew. You can't even afford a trailer. So he says he needs to date a disabled woman. Andrew needs to date a disabled woman. Gina says, trailer trash girlfriend for Andrew. That's what he needs. Hey, Gina, how are you doing? She's doing good. She says it's hot outside today. Yeah, it was a really hot day outside today. Large Mike says, I didn't know we had Andrew haters like this. You know, me and the boys always engaged in at least a diplomatic way. No need to try to upset him. Yeah, some of these people are real haters. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know why I have so many haters recently. They're really negative. Yeah, it's miserably hot out. I think it was like 90 degrees in New York. I don't know where are you from again, Gina? Yeah, it's really hot out today. We're having a heat wave. Somebody says Gaga is a loser chump, and it's a Kiwi. Get rid of Gaga. Yeah, Gina's from Pennsylvania. Yeah, it's hot in New York today too. It's hot in New York today too. Yeah, New York. New York is cool. I got to go into New York City and go to Central Park again. I got to really head back into NYC sooner. It's been a few years since I've been in there. I got to really head back into New York City. Large Mike says, I like Andrew the Nutter from 2017. That's a classic character. Gaga says she's a sugar mama. Oh, wow. That's great. That's precisely what I'm looking for, a sugar mama. Somebody says, Andrew likes to wear a black latex collar and he likes to be a whipping boy. All right, it's time. It's time I ban this Gaga. I sent her flying from the rafters, and Miru's approaching. Rest in peace, Gaga. You're going flying. Adios. Hide user from the channel. Gaga earned the first block. Large Mike says he's 8 years deep in this game. He's been watching for a long time. He's been watching for a long time. Do you think I've improved with my artwork? I remember you were checking out my artwork when I first started creating it. Do you think the artwork's improved? Oh, we got Gigi in the house. He says, I love your Google photos. He says, yeah, your artwork has really improved. I'm told my artwork is not that good. Some of the artwork is really cerebral. AC13 says he does enjoy the art. All right, guys. Do you have any questions you'd like to ask, or should I hit the dusty trail here? Large Mike, do you and your friend do you have any questions? So he says, any music do you like? What kind of music do you like? That's a good question. I like a lot of the 60s bands like the Beatles and the Beach Boys. I like Pink Floyd. I like The Clash. I like punk rock. I like Nirvana. I like Alice in Chains. I like Linkin Park. I like modern pop like Taylor Swift, Olivia Rodrigo, Sabrina Carpenter. I know Large Mike's going to say this is a really bad taste in music. He's like, you got to like metal music, like death metal. So he wants me to like brutal slam bands. Somebody says, do you like Baha Men? Who let the dogs out? Yeah, HC13 says, wouldn't it be nice? Great song, great song. AC13, what is your age, gender, location, and name? You're new to these parts. Tell me a little bit more about yourself, please. We need your ASL. He's 29 from New York City, moved to Los Angeles. I'm 38 years old, male, and from Long Island, New York. Are you a male or a female, Ace? He discovered my channel 3 days ago. He's a male. He's a male. That's cool. That's cool. That's pretty cool. Yeah, Gaga says dating is hard on YouTube. Yeah, I don't think I've ever really. I mean, I've found some people through YouTube. Actually, Large Mike I discovered it through YouTube, and I think a lot of people have discovered me through it. But I don't think I've ever successfully made a romantic partner through it. So. All right, guys. Thanks for watching. So he says, thanks for watching this evening. It was nice chatting. I'm going to take care of myself. So, Large Mike, in your impression, do you think it's about time I'm going to succeed? Do you think I'm going to go viral? Do you think I'm going to become rich from my artwork? Or do you think this is just a pipe dream? Social media is not my ticket to riches and fame. It's my ticket to pouring my life down the drain. Large Mike says, yeah, you're due for a breakthrough, Andrew. Maybe pretty soon you're going to go viral. The chain reaction's going to happen, and you're going to be rich and famous. Just you wait. Somebody says Green Bunny will be on Fox. Oh yeah. All right, guys. Peace out. Talk to you all again soon.